Well, good morning and welcome to all those tuning in live. We're going live on LinkedIn, also live on YouTube. Thanks for joining in. This is the Lead Generation Masterclass, and I'm your host, Alex, and just want to welcome you to this session today. Typically, these events happen every single week, and normally that would be Tuesday, 11 a.m. London, UK time. Next week, we're mixing it up a little bit. We're actually going to run a LinkedIn audio event. And I'm really excited for that because it's a new thing that we've never tried. We've always done lives, but we've never done a live audio only event. So feel free to put that in your diaries for next week. So welcome, everyone. This is week 12 of our masterclass series. Today, we're going to be discussing the ultimate networking guide, building worthwhile connections. Networking is a crucial skill for any business professional, and mastering it can significantly support and grow your business. By building a strong network, you can gain access to new opportunities, valuable advice, and partnerships that are going to drive your business forward. So in this session today, we're going to explore some effective strategies for networking, how to leverage professional memberships, and also create meaningful connections that are going to last a lifetime. I'm your host, Alex Smith, and I run a LinkedIn agency. We support business owners to generate more leads, more appointments, more connections on LinkedIn. And we have a lot of automation tools that we fall back on and use for that process. So I just wanted to share with you, this is my LinkedIn profile this morning. You probably can't see it on the screen there, but currently have over 12,000 followers and over 12,000 connections. So I kind of feel, that's not just happened by accident. That's happened by being meticulous about who I connect with and accepting specific connections. So you can't actually connect with me on LinkedIn. So all those 12,000 people have been me choosing people who I want to connect with, being very strategical about my network. So to connect with me on LinkedIn, you do need to know my email address. It'll ask you for my email address. That's just to kind of filter out and make sure I've got full control of it. And I recommend that strategy if you're looking to grow your network on LinkedIn. So just going to give you a bit of information about Leadif. This session is about 45 minutes today, but feel free to come in and out if you've got other things going on. So what is Leadif? Leadif is quite simply a way, it's a proven framework where we can reach out to other people on LinkedIn. So this is the roadmap that we created. So our platform, it provides access to an extensive database of over 300 million verified work email addresses, and that's over 800 million enriched B2B prospect profiles. That enables you to connect with targeted, really high value prospects efficiently. Once you've identified who the key contacts who you need to be engaging with, we actually customize your LinkedIn profile to communicate with your audience with precision. And this includes designing a professional header graphic, crafting really compelling headline copy to ensure that your profile stands out in the crowd. We utilize our advanced multi-channel sequencing software. It's powered by AI, and that basically helps us to create all these different touch points with the prospect on your behalf whilst you're busy doing what you do best. The natural follow-up stage to that, number 4, is ensuring your messages and your emails reach prospects at the right times through automated sequences. And we want to target their inbox as well as their LinkedIn message inbox. So it's a kind of omni-channel strategy. We're encouraging people to directly respond to those messages. And at this stage, you can choose to personally step in or automate the follow-up process yourself. So step in, compose your own message back to them, or just let the next automated message kick in. Step 5 in the roadmap is LinkedIn video content marketing. Not just video, but we're quite a big fan of polls, images. So we work with you to create fantastic content It's a collaboration with you, and we'll create 13 distinctive videos. Our team handles all the filming, editing, and strategic posting on your profile to really enhance your visibility as an industry leader. And we've been doing this for about 4 or 5 years. We've worked with over 150 clients. We currently have around about 40 clients on board. So it's a proven system, a proven framework that is generating results for our clients. Step 6 there, you'll see appointment setting. Finally, the final step in the lead generation machine is to have an efficient CRM to manage each prospect. And that includes scheduling high quality leads and into your calendar at the right sorts of times. And we automate those emails and SMSs, so reminders, so prospects are knowing about meetings. This minimizes the no-shows, and it just maintains really good engagement with your prospect. So are you ready to transform your business? Hopefully you are. This journey is not just about listening. It's about engaging, questioning, connecting. So feel free to share your insights in the chat, and we can kind of share them with the audience. I'm monitoring this on the LinkedIn platform, but not YouTube. So if you put a comment in, feel free to reach out, and hopefully I can present and display your comment as we go along. So head over to leadith.io/school. That's a free community. I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. So if you enjoy what you're listening to today and you want to learn a little bit more, you want to go a bit deeper, then feel free to join the free community and be a part of what we're doing there. Today's focus, though, is all about networking. Now, networking is more than just exchanging a business card. It's actually building a relationship that is, that's going to support and grow and help you to kind of develop more business. A strong network can really open doors to new opportunities. It provides valuable advice and helps you to create partnerships that will ultimately drive your business forward. So networking is essential for personal and professional growth. It allows you to learn from others, share knowledge, and collaborate on projects. Today, we're going to cover effective networking strategies. I've been on the networking scene for a number of years. For the last kind of 12 or 13 years, I've been networking. I did a 4-year stint with BNI. BNI is kind of like considered the Rolls Royce of face-to-face referral marketing and networking. Led a chapter and grew my business through that networking style. I've also been obviously networking through LinkedIn, as I showed you earlier. So obtaining those 12,000 connections on LinkedIn gives you a real vast pool of people and prospects that you can then potentially do business with. So today we're going to cover some effective networking strategies, look at leveraging professional memberships, and kind of show you how we can create some really meaningful connections that are going to last. These skills are really vital in today's competitive business environment, where connections can often be the key to your next success. Effective marketing, then, it starts with being genuine and authentic. And in today's day and age, with a lot of AI, LinkedIn is kind of flooded with AI. It's kind of AIs speaking to each other on LinkedIn. So it's quite exciting, but we need to be mindful that we still need to be genuine and we still need to be authentic and put ourselves out there. People can only tell when you're only interested in what they can do for you. So we've got to focus on building real relationships, and that authenticity helps us to build a level of trust. Trust is the foundation of any strong network. It takes time to build that trust. You can lose the trust quite quickly, but you've got to put the work in to kind of build that trust. So some people talk about know, like, and trust. You need to know, you need to like, and you need that trust. We've also got to think about how you can provide value to others, whether that's through sharing your knowledge, offering support, or maybe connecting with someone who might be able to help them. So kind of joining the dots. Remember, networking is a two-way street. It's not just a one-way thing. And often I use the classic thing of people I've spent money before, we've generated some really good relationships, and it's become a very two-way approach. I'll send the insurance deal to them, they come to me, and they'll use my services. Or like an IFA, I'll seek them for their support, they get me sorted out with pension, like personal private pensions and things like that, and in return I end up doing a website for them and stuff like that. So those sorts of two-way deals work really, really well. So once you've made a connection, it's key to follow up. We need to follow up and maintain the relationship. Regular check-ins and updates are going to help you to keep the relationship strong, and that makes it beneficial for both parties. By being consistent and showing genuine interest in others, you actually start to build a network that supports you in return. So you might say, how's that achievable with 12,000 people on LinkedIn? It's very difficult, but what I've got is campaigns that will constantly reconnect with that audience. So every day there'll be up to 50 messages going out on LinkedIn, just nudging those prospects, saying, hey, how you doing? What are you working on at the moment? And that's all happening on autopilot, so those messages are going out, and then we start to get responses, and we can kind of nurture that response and reply, as a human. But it just gets the conversation started. So it's a great tool to start to use that if you've got a huge network and you want to start to leverage that. But LinkedIn's letting you connect with 100 people per week. That's 400 people per month. That's a lot of people. So you've got to make the most of growing your network. And the bigger your network is, potentially your influence is going to reach further. Professional memberships can be an incredible way of adding value to your network. So think about joining associations, groups that are really relevant to your specific industry or interests. These memberships often provide exclusive access to specific events, forums, and resources that not only will help you connect with like-minded professionals, but they just help you to grow your business. So by participating in these events, you not only gain knowledge, but you also meet individuals who can become really valuable contacts. And it's important to remember not just to be a passive member of these groups, even in LinkedIn, which we're going to look at in a bit more detail later on. We need to participate in these events and contribute to the discussions. Something I really struggle with. I'm quite a quiet person. I like to keep myself to myself. And when you've got to step out your comfort zone and, put your hand in the air and put a question out there and actively be a part of a discussion in a forum setting, it does take, a bit to do that. So we need to consider maybe taking on a leadership role. I was a vice president in a networking group for a couple of years, various different roles, a visitor host, and all the different roles. And when you start to kind of lead in maybe a committee or maybe organize an event, it's going to significantly raise your profile, and it makes it even easier for you to then build valuable connections. And I remember back in my BNI days, I was, the visitor host role. That was great because you were kind of there at the front door welcoming guests. You had to be you had to be the host, And when you have that kind of active involvement, it just demonstrates your commitment, and it helps you to really stand out from maybe some of the other members in the group. So think about joining some of these groups and taking on a leadership role. So we need to create meaningful connections, and that requires active listening to show that we're genuinely interested in what others have to say. When you engage in conversations, we need to focus on understanding the other person's needs. What are their goals? What are their challenges? And that really shows us just shows that we care about their success. And it's not just about our own success, but when we start to listen actively, it means we're fully present in the conversation. It helps us to then ask insightful questions and respond really thoughtfully. Sharing your story can also create a bit of a deeper connection. And a lot of people talk about stories and things and kind of lead with stories. Be really open about your experiences, your challenges, and some of your successes. And that transparency is going to help you to foster a real good sense of trust and make the relationship more meaningful. And when people start to see that you're sincere and genuinely interested in them, they're much more likely to kind of value and maintain the connection. And even if you've worked with clients previously, and those clients you're no longer proactively involved as a client, but they're just a connection, it's a really good way to just reconnect with those old clients and bring them back into the flow, and maybe get them onto another product or service. That can really help as well. So networking events, let's talk about kind of the more face-to-face style network events. Often people find them overwhelming. I went to one last week, and it was my first one for a long time. And there is that bit of fear and trepidation. Who am I going to talk to? It felt at times I was the only one. No one was talking to me. I was on my own. So I kind of tried to walk over to other people and initiate a conversation rather than being kind of left alone. But often people go to their small little cluster groups, the people that they often can latch onto, and their little niche groups, and often it's difficult. So it's really important. Really well-run events, there'll be people in the leadership team there that are free-flowing in the room and kind of helping you to connect with other people. So that's what to look out for. Look out for people like that, because they're really good assets. But not knowing who you're going to connect with, you can actually pre-plan. Quite often in an event, before you attend, you can do some research. You can set some goals for who you want to meet. So it could be, I just want to meet 3 people: this person, this person, and this person. And they're the people that you want to connect with. And that's going to help you to make the most of your time if you go in with those goals. If you're going in just, I'd love to chat with anyone who'd like my services, it's probably not a really great way of networking. So start the conversations with small talk, break the ice, and then transition into kind of more meaningful topics. Obviously, small talk is a great way to find common ground and make the other person feel a lot more comfortable. Be sure to collect contact information. Some really good, well-organized events will obviously have the guest list with all the contact details there, which is fantastic. That helps you to then kind of remember details and helps you to make the follow-ups are much more personal and effective. The recent event I went to last week, I followed up with as many as I could, and as many as I kind of interacted within the room, certainly. And then there are some people that I didn't get to speak to, and I did actually do a follow-up message to those people saying, "Hey, didn't get to see you at the event, but I just spotted you in the corner of my eye in the room. Be great if we can, catch up at another event or online." So start to organize all that contact information, make notes where you found them. So when I reconnect with people on LinkedIn, if I've not yet connected with them, I'll put in, in that connection request message, just the name of the event. So later on down the line, if a conversation starts, we know that's where the contact came from. Let's turn to LinkedIn now. So why LinkedIn? Well, firstly, LinkedIn is just so much more than just a social network for professionals. It's actually a really vibrant community where business decisions are influenced and partnerships are formed and market trends are set. With over 1 billion members now, over 200 different countries, the potential for you to reach your ideal customer is enormous. Online networking has become increasingly important, and it's now or never. You've got to utilize and leverage this tool to connect with other professionals in your industry. So LinkedIn is a really powerful tool to help you to maintain those connections and maintain those relationships. No other tool quite does it. So email and WhatsApp, they all have their flaws, but LinkedIn is there. It's up there. It's where everyone is. Feel free to engage in online communities such as forums or LinkedIn groups. That's a great place that you can join kind of like-minded individuals, and you can start to contribute to discussions and showcase your expertise in those groups. Think about starting up your own group. LinkedIn will see that, they'll look upon that very highly because you're taking the effort to administer a group, nurture a group, invite people to their platform. So they ultimately, LinkedIn want more people to be on the platform. They want more traffic. They want people there on the platform. They're content hungry. So if you can create assets and newsletters and content onto LinkedIn, that's going to keep them happier. Online communities often provide a really nice platform for sharing of knowledge. So think about asking questions. Network with peers globally. This is a global platform, as we mentioned earlier, 200 countries. A lot of these people are speaking English, which is a fantastic universal language. So it makes life so much easier. So the opportunity that we have is just so much greater here. Follow up with those online interactions with virtual meetings. We've got to be really proactive to make a real personal connection here. So if somebody, if something triggers you or whatever, put a message out there. Let's have a meeting. Let's catch up in person to help solidify the relationship, and that really helps kind of boost the relationship to the next level. So these steps will hopefully really help you to expand your network beyond kind of geographical limitations, and hopefully create some really lasting connections. So before you do anything, it's always great to have a plan. Building a networking plan involves setting clear goals for what you want to achieve from your peers, collaborating on projects, having specific goals. Whatever it is that you want to do, it's going to help you stay focused. So what you can do is identify key contacts to help you reach these goals. So if you've got a goal to connect with 20 business owners in a specific area who are doing such and such, great. You can use LinkedIn to search for those people and start connecting to those people. These are going to be potential clients. You can connect with mentors, people that are willing to give up their time to mentor you, train you, and support you. There's a lot of people that do that. Finding new partners. So you've got to do some research and list the people that you want to connect with and why. And then once you know why you're connecting with them, when you're creating that initial connection request message, there's just so much clarity there. That's the reason why you want to connect. You want to learn from them, or you want to you want to listen to what they're talking about in terms of being an influence in the industry and some trending news on a specific topic or whatever it is. Just gives you something that you can talk about on that initial connection request message. Try to schedule regular networking activities. And that's not just online, but face-to-face events. I think if you just do the online, you're kind of de-skilling yourself, I find. And that's what I found over COVID. A lot of people just were keen to get back into the actual face-to-face meetings. So reach out to people, for, face-to-face meetings, for coffee meetings. Being consistent is the key, though. So having a structured plan where you're thinking about who you're meeting with, when you're meeting them, just helps you to stay really consistent and put these appointments in your diary and make note of them. So focus on your networking efforts, and that will in turn lead to really, really good results and some really fantastic strategic partners. And going forward, that just helps you to grow your business. So once you've made your plan, it's important to maintain your network. Maintaining your network is just as important as building it. So those regular follow-ups are crucial to keeping relationships alive. Reach out periodically and just check in, share an update, and see how you can assist them. Add value is what I always tell people. We need to be adding value to every message that we're putting out here to our existing network. So secondly, make an effort to provide that value consistently, whether it's sharing useful information, offering help, making introductions to others. Consistently provide that value, and that helps you to stay relevant, and helps people will feel really appreciated that they're a part of your network on LinkedIn. Stay updated on what your contacts are up to, their activities and achievements, and acknowledge them. Quite often you'll see on LinkedIn, you get the birthday message. That's a great little opener, have a happy birthday, have a blessed day. Hope you're smashing your goals, whatever it is, just some simple thing like that can really be impactful. And that shows that you really care about their success, that you you're keeping them at the top of your mind when opportunities might arise in the future. So just keep that little touch point with them. You can use tools like LinkedIn, and that will help you to keep track of these sorts of updates, and help you to engage with their content regularly as they put content out there as well. So yep, think about maintaining your network. And then we need to think about, overcoming networking challenges. Networking does present its own set of challenges. Often dealing with rejection, it is a part of the process. Not every connection will be fruitful. You'll put a lot of connection requests out there. Some of them won't be accepted, but that's okay. Focus on the positive outcomes and just keep on trying. Remember that the network is very much, it's a numbers game. The more you reach out, the more likely you are to find some really high quality, valuable connections. And if you're not reaching out, other people are, and they're boosting their network. So you want to get to these people as fast as possible. So often a lot of people say, I'm not sure whether I should kind of invest in a solution that's going to do this for me. And I say, the best time for you to invest is now. If you postpone it until after the summer when more people are active or whatever, you're losing out, because you can actually still be connecting with people, adding them to your network, which is fantastic. So managing your time effectively is also essential. Networking needs to be a regular activity, ideally, but it shouldn't overwhelm your schedule. So it doesn't want to kind of completely dominate your schedule so you haven't got time for other things. So allocate specific times for that networking activity and try to stick with it. I mean, create a diary and add a calendar event. That's really going to help you going forward. And lastly, remember to stay authentic under pressure as well. It's easy to fall into that trap of trying to impress others, but being yourself is the best way to build those genuine connections. Authenticity resonates just so much more deeply than any other facade that you might put up. So to recap from today's masterclass, effective networking, it involves you being genuine and authentic, focusing on giving. In BNI, their motto is "Givers gain." So if you give out, reciprocally, you're going to reciprocate and have that business come back to you. And that's how it works. You look at the top stats, all the top networkers in the group in terms of money that they were generating, equally they were giving back. So givers gain. Think about maintaining those relationships through regular follow-ups and leverage professional memberships. They're the open door to some really valuable connections and opportunities. So get on there, join some LinkedIn groups today, create meaningful connections that require active listening. Remember, you've got to show that genuine interest into the individual. And, if an opportunity presents to share your story, then that's a great thing that you can do as well. So when you kind of apply these strategies and you're consistent, that's when you significantly really start to strengthen your network and your opportunities. And as you may move from job role or company to company, having that kind of wider network really helps. So as you move forward, just think about applying these strategies consistently to build that stronger network. And it's going to support you. It's going to help you to grow your business. So remember, this is an ongoing process. The more you invest in it, the greater kind of returns that you will see. Before we wrap up today, I'd just like to invite you to our complimentary Leadeth School group. This is a community which offers ongoing discussions, exclusive resources, and networking opportunities with like-minded professionals. So today's kind of takeaway, whatever you want to call it, is to get networking. And this is a great platform for you to do that and meet other business owners. We've got 270 odd members in the community. You'll gain access to all the recordings of our previous masterclass sessions that we've run. You can access some advanced techniques to really enhance your LinkedIn outreach engagement. And you can connect with just other professionals who are maybe like-minded, going through the same challenges and battles that you're going through. Joining is simple. Just head over to leadeth.io. That's leadeth.io/school, and school is spelled SKOOL. Additionally, as you've been with me for kind of half an hour this morning, I'd love to also offer you a free one-on-one discovery consultation. During this consultation call, we'll discuss your current lead generation efforts, identify maybe some pain points, and create a real nice personalized plan just for you to help you to achieve your business goals by leveraging Leadith's powerful LinkedIn outreach automation software and our coaching community. It's a no pressure call, so you can keep your credit card in your wallet. We're solely about helping you to optimize your strategies and overcome any obstacles that you might be facing in business. So thanks again for joining us on today's masterclass. It's been a pleasure. No questions, comments on the live stream on LinkedIn. Thank you for the few that have joined us there. I can see the numbers. So it's great to have a few people tuning in this morning. So look forward to seeing you next week. Next week, we're mixing it up a little bit. We're not going to do a video masterclass, but we're actually doing a LinkedIn Live. So that's where you can just tune in with audio. Yeah, really excited about that session coming up. So yeah, head over to leadith.io if you want to learn a little bit more. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. You will need my email address if you're connecting with me on LinkedIn. And that is alex@leadith.io. That's ALEX@leadith, LEADETH.io. That will let you connect with me if you put my email address in, and then I can approve the connection request. But mention that you watched this and it resonated with you or something like that. Otherwise, I might not accept the connection request. But yeah, hope you found this useful, and see you next week.